Hello folks, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to do some casework or create a cabinet in a Revit. So to get started, we're going to go to Open Revit, go to New. I am using the 2021 version of Revit, so you might have something different. You want to go to Families, New. Under the preloaded list here, you have options. Under family templates, you can do either metric or imperial. I'm going to be working with imperial today. And you can go to casework regular, or you can go to casework wall base. We're going to do into the wall base today. So it loads up like this. This is a normal reference plane here, as you can see on my screen. All these tabs open up automatically for me. It might not be the same case for everybody. So this is the reference plane. You have a placement side, the 3D view, which obviously is just the wall at the moment. There's nothing there. We haven't put anything there yet. And the right side, which again is just a plain wall for the time being. There's preset parameters in here, which is the height in this view, and I think there's the length in this view as well, 4 feet. And then we have 2 feet in depth, so we can lock our lines to these reference planes so they move anytime we need to change our values. So if you want to make the length a little bit longer, or the height a bit shorter or longer, the depth a bit wider, a bit narrower, whatever you like, it will change when we align our actual cabinet boundaries to these reference planes. Okay, to get started, we're going to cancel this out. We're back onto the main reference plane. I'm going to start with placement side, which is the front side. So on the reference plane, you can see this is a placement side. That's your wall. The actual cabinet will go in here. So we're going to be creating, I guess, a base cabinet, which is like your sink cabinet, if you like to call it that. Okay, so we're going to get started on the placement side. Okay, so we want to select our line, right click it, create similar. We're going to pick an object. We're going to set our offset to 1/2 inch, which is going to be our thickness of our frame. Okay, then we're going to come here on the inside and select just your mouse pointing on the inside portion of the frame or the box, and click, because we want the light to be on the inside, not the outside. Why? Because the reference plane is already there. It has a preset heights and depth as we saw earlier, so we don't want to mess around with that. We can use that to work with. Once that's done, we're going to go to create extrusion. I want to set plane, so we're going to pick a plane, and we are going to pick this wall there. So we are working so this way it doesn't just float in the air and it gets placed on the wall. This is the outer perimeter of our box, just to make sure all of these are locked. So when we do our changes in our parameters, they will change with everything. So that's one, and then the second one we can do in here. That's for the interior. Top. Again, lock. Make sure everything is locked so it does not move out of place. And we will set them to be flexible, and now I'll show you how to do that. Okay, that's done. We can go check mark. The blue arrows here mean that the extrusion took place. Let's go to our view here, and now you can see it's sitting on the wall. There's our box, so that portion is done. We're gonna head back to our placement side. We're gonna create a new parameter so it does not, this thickness doesn't change when we change the sizes of our wall. So di for dimension, and you definitely want to save this, but we will do after. Outside to inside, main line gets selected first and then the secondary line gets selected later. So I'm going to select all 4 of these sides and we will set it so the thickness changes based on whatever somebody likes. If they want to change it, they can change it. This side here, bottom, and then top. Align it. We're aligning everything together so it stays clean. Now, okay, so we can go escape, select one of them. In the labels here, I set up a frame thickness parameter already. How you do that, if you want to do from scratch, is you select the dimension and then just, it won't be in here because you don't have it selected or hit created. So you go here to create a new one. Here you create a new one. I just change the name to frame thickness. Type stays same and there's still a type, not an instance. Everything else stays to default. That's it. Click OK and it'll create one for you. So that's done. Now we're just going to select all of them together. So Control, select, and change. Now, we do want to try and see if this works. So let's go in here. This is our 3D view. We're going to try and see if all of our parameters actually work in place. So from half, let's change this to a quarter. Apply. You can see the thickness did change there. Let me make it a little bit bigger so it's visible. There you go. That's your thickness changed. So it's going to go back to 0.5 inch. That's half an inch for us, okay? And this is your length. So length, let's go 4.5. Length is flexible, it is changing. Put that back. Let's change height to 3.5. Height changes as well. We're good with that. Put that back, and then depth. Let's change that to 2.5. Okay, so the depth actually didn't work here. We're gonna leave that as is, hit OK. We're gonna go back to Easy Fix. Go back to a reference plane. See how the depth changed here, but this line did not move with it because this line is not locked to that one. So if we change the distance here and there, and then lock. Now, if we go back to view, let's just get a better view of this so you can see it properly. That's the side view. Parameters. Let's change this to, let's get bigger here. Let's just go with 3.5. Apply. There you go. Changes. The back stays still. Everything else changes. I'm going to put this back to 2 inches. 2 feet, sorry. Apply. Voila. That's the depth. Okay, now we're going to try to add the back side. So we have a back panel on the back. So we're going to go to placement again. Go create extrusion. Set plane. We're going to pick a plane. We want to pick the back wall again. Basic generic 6 walls right there. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to create a simple box on the box that we already have. Pretty much there, but since the plane is set to the back, it will put it back on the wall. I'll lock all of these to the wall. We don't want this to be 2 feet. Obviously, we want this to be half an inch, because that's the thickness of the frame. So if you go here, go 0.5 inches, apply, and then check. So there's your back. So now if we go to view, there it is. Now let's quickly move on to the front door. Go reference plane, we're going to create a little space here. CS for create similar between the door and the panels, because they never actually flush. There's always gaps, 1 inch. That way we're also going to create a similar gap in here between the 2 doors. One on that side, one on that side. go. This reference plane here, now you can change the name. Clicking it, it's going to be door spacing. Okay, so we have that reference plane as when we set our plane to do something, and then go so in here, placement here, and go to create extrusion, set plane. We have door spacing. So that's the one we want to draw now. So if we go rectangle here, we're going to go from that corner. Remember, we made the two lines in here. We're going to not touch it to the bottom. We're going to see the frame a little bit. And then right there, that's one door. We can lock these guys in place. Okay, and do the exact same thing on the other side of the box, and then lock it in place. Check it off. We have our extrusion. The only thing here is this needs to go to 0. We want to start at the plane. And this guy here needs to go to -0.5 inches for the thickness of the door. Enter. Apply. Let's go through our 3D view. There you have it. So you got the spacing between the two doors and the spacing between the frame and the door itself. That's your doors. That is your sink cabinet, or your base cabinet. Thanks for watching.